Hi, this is Kimberly, and today I'm going to show you how to do some rule work using Quilt Path. And I discovered this and I just wanted to share it with you. So first of all, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to go into Design and Create and into Pantograph. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to select the pattern that I am working on. Mind you, my screens are not going to be the same as yours because I have added some designs and created some designs. But you should have this design. This design is called Fill 3 and it is in your block section under Patterns, under Quilt Path on your C drive. And I'm going to go ahead, you can double click it or open. Next I'm just going to go ahead and change the height and the width, just so this is a design that I'm working on. So on my quilt, as you can see, I am doing a custom quilt and I have used that Fill 3 design up here in the corner. This design here is called Morningside and it's from My Creative Stitches. It is a triangle design. But now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to fill this area in that's white, but I don't want to have to pull out my rulers to do that. So I want to do it with my Quilt Path. But how do I do that without having to go into Pattern CAD and design the lines and then figure out how to place it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say I want this as design and I'm going to quilt as a single pattern, even though I'm not going to quilt this pattern right now. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go to my quilt and as it looks like it's going to quilt it, and I've gone into settings right there, as you can see, and I am choosing multi-point and I am doing border and I'm clicking OK. And what I want to do is I want to stitch in the ditch right here. So I'm clicking stitch in the ditch. See, it says multi-point border only placement applies to ditch only. And that is exactly what I want to do. I want to stitch in the ditch. So I hit OK. So now I'm going to go back to my quilt and I am going to go to the top. As this, you can see this is where my line, vertical line is. And I'm using my hopper foot and I'm going to go right here to the edge on the top and then on the edge on the side right here. And I'm going to go back up to my screen and I'm going to click Add Border. And as you can see on the screen, my design disappeared, but I have a dot. So now I'm going to take my machine down. I'm going to try to line it up as best I can as to where I want it. So I want it to the top of this seam right here and to the edge of this seam right here. And I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to click Add Border. Add Point. And as you can see on the screen, it went ahead and added the point. So then I'm just going to take the machine and I'm going to move it down, all the way down to where I want it. And as you can see, I am at the top of the white and at the diagonal side where I want it. And I'm going to go back up here again and click Add Point. Now I'm going to go back down and move my machine to where I want it, which I'm trying to line up to the bottom and to the side. Gotta go back up here and click Add Point. As you can see on the screen, it's tracing where I want it to go. Go back all the way around again to where I want it on the edges, on the bottom and on the side. And I'm going to click Add Point. As you can see, it went ahead and added it. And once again, I'm going to go down, go up to the side and to the top. I'm going to click Add Point, and then I'm going to click Close the Polygon. And so it did. It went ahead and took the design, and there's no way for me to zoom in on this screen. I wish there was, but there's not. But you can see it took the design and it closed it. So now what I want to do is you can go ahead and click pull your bobbin. I'll go down here and show you what's going to happen. And it's going to go ahead and move. And there's the bobbin thread. Sorry if I'm moving it and you can't see. Then I'm going to go ahead and click sew. How to do ruler work without having to use my plastic rulers and using Quilt Path. And then I go back up here and it says finished. Now every time you do this, say I want to go ahead and I want to go back down here and I want to do this one, I cannot use the same one because the machine will go automatically back to this design. So what you have to do is you have to come up here and click remove all. And it's probably best to do it that way anyway, because you get to decide exactly where you want your stitch out to be. I hope you enjoyed the short video on how to use multi-point placement for in the ditch work.